Hey everybody. So the other day I talked about being addicted to something called kratom or kratom. Um, I know a lot of people have heard of it. A lot of people are using it now. You can get it just about anywhere, any gas station. I think at this point. Um, I started taking it in I believe it was 2013 because I I had been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and the stuff they were giving me, they because it was in the early stages of it, they didn't want to give me anything too heavy, so they started me on naproxen, or what over the counter it's known as Aleve. But I couldn't take that because it causes urinary retention. But that's what helped me the most. But they ended up giving me just prescription strength ibuprofen. Um, but it helps a little bit. Um, but I heard that kratom had an opiate-like effect. It helped with pain, and it also helped your mood. So I was curious and I gave it a try. And I also heard, a lot of people said it wasn't addictive. I will say that I took the amount that was suggested to start out with, and it made me violently ill. Um, I have to take about a quarter of the amount most people take um, to not get sick from it. And it has the effect you want. It helps with pain. It lifts your mood. It gives you that feeling of euphoria. It's not completely like a pain pill, but it very, very similar. And I would say that kratom is much better to use than a pain pill. However, I I'm the type of person that I can get addicted to just about anything. I am now. I've been really trying. I've been trying to get control over this for a very long time, but I've felt like I've been mastering it for the past couple years. Um, a lot of people, when you say you're addicted or you're an addict, they immediately go to hard drugs. And they don't really think. I mean, you still have some people that don't consider pain pills much. I think that's definitely changed over in more recent years, but I know you still have some that are like, well, the doctor gives them to me. Um, but addiction is addiction is addiction. It doesn't matter if you're addicted to food, sugar, um, some type of herb, plant, whatever. Um, or if it's a hard drug, if it's pills you're taking, something that you rely on and you feel like you cannot function without, and not because you have. There are some people with physical medical conditions. You absolutely you need the medicine you're taking. I'm not saying anything. I don't know. I've got to be careful with my words here because I know a lot of people are like, well, I need the medicine I'm on. And you may very well. I'm not. I'm talking from my standpoint, and I know there's a lot of people like me that, like, I started taking, which, by the way, I have this bag of kratom here. I started taking this in part because of my arthritis pain, but in big part because I wanted to feel euphoric and feel happy, and I didn't know how to feel that without the assistance of some sort of substance. To me, that's when it's a problem. When you're chasing your demons away, um, with a substance, with a pill. So, one that I feel I have conquered is the kratom. I still have this bag. I bought this at the end of 2020 when I went back to work in a warehouse. Because this is how I made it through. I mean, walking, pulling, and pushing carts for 10 to 12 hours a day is exhausting. And when you have rheumatoid arthritis, you hurt. You do ache. And also, since this helps with your mood, you forget you're doing some mundane bullshit work that you really don't want to be doing. It helps you push through that. So I've had this. I got this November of 2020, and today is October 25th. When I'm recording this, I highly doubt I'll have this up today. So I've had this almost 2 years, and it is still, you can see, quite full. It's never all the way full. It's usually to about right here, and it's still quite full. I even still have, I believe, the quarter. I use a quarter teaspoon of this, and most people wouldn't feel a thing with that. But I brought it up the other day, and I thought, you know what? I think it's time I throw away that bag, because I had one slip where I took it last year, November 29th, right before my mom's surgery, because I was having a freak out moment. I self-destructed slightly and took a dose, and I didn't like the way it felt, and I haven't taken any since. So I'm like, you know what? It's time to throw this away. It's 2 years old, number one, and number two, I have no need for it. And even when I've been in quite a lot of pain, crushing this hand in the car door and then getting a black eye, face planting into the bathtub faucet, and there's a bump here that's bugging the shit out of me, and I might have to give it and go to the doctor. But I didn't give into this, and I didn't even, like I did mention, my mom still has some pain medicine from her surgery last year that she offered me, and I said no to. I was like, no, I don't want it. I'm not doing that. I need to sit with the pain. I will take ibuprofen or Tylenol, but otherwise, I need to sit with the pain. So I don't know. It's something I conquered, and I wanted to talk about it. 2013 is when this began. When I started taking this, and I got so bad, so reliant on it, that if I ran out, because for a long time I was ordering it online, I was still in the I don't like to leave the house much, so if I don't have to, I'm not going to the store up to our little smoke shop to get this. And I would order it, and the company I was ordering it from would get here in 2 or 3 days, but occasionally there was a delay. And if there was a delay and I ran out before it got here, I would feel absolutely sick. I would feel so sick without it. I couldn't get out of bed. I just wanted to die. I felt like I was going to throw up. And I looked it up, and a lot of people don't have this problem with it. But there were a few cases I found that felt they were highly addicted to it as well. So if you haven't heard of it, or if you have and had considered it, just know if you are heavily predisposed to becoming addicted to things, use this with caution. I think it helps a lot of people. It's a wonderful thing. You just have to know how your mind works and how your body works, and be careful. Because I mean, it felt, I didn't even feel this sick coming off of pain pills after being on Darvocets for 10 years. Well, I don't know. I did feel pretty sick. That hurt. That really hurt, coming off of pain pills. For me, it was bad. I don't know how it is for other people. That's my experience. But I don't know. I don't really know. I just felt like I needed to share this. I know there's other people out there that battle with this. How I decided to come away from this, I knew it was hurting me. It was damaging my body. The other thing with kratom, if you are already someone that suffers with constipation, this makes it so much worse. And a lot of other people did mention that. If you don't suffer with that problem at all, you shouldn't have any problems. But if you battle with constipation before taking this, oh my God, is all I'm going to say. Oh my God. And that did a lot of damage to my body. I got tired of it. I got really, it came to physically, I'm not well with this, and I have to stop. And it was a battle. I was trying to stop from 2016, and by 2019, I had reached a point that I could stop for a month, and then I'd get back on it for a month. And it would be a back and forth for a month or 6 weeks of being on and then off. And at that point, to me, it was really mental. It was really mental. Because I was still going through things I didn't want to go through. I had a very uncomfortable situation. I wanted a divorce. I finally filed for divorce in 2019. He still lived here. He still lived here even after the divorce. So when you're going through uncomfortable stuff and you're an addict, it's natural to want to run away to whatever substance or food, to chase away what you're battling. Even though it doesn't really chase it away, it's still very much there, and it's even more there. It's even worse because when you finally realize, I have to face this, not only do you have to face whatever you're running away from, you have to face the addiction that you know is bringing you down. So it makes it worse. It solves nothing. But so many of us do it. So many of us do it. I want you to know that if you're going through this, you can get through it. Do not beat yourself up when you feel like, all right, I've conquered this. I've made it X amount of time and then I gave in. Don't beat yourself up. Start over. Just start over. No, I did it this amount of time, X amount of time. I can do it that X amount of time again, and I can do it longer, and keep doing it until you defeat it. At this point, I feel like I've been 2 years without it, just about, because when I got this in 2020, I didn't stay at that job long because I ended up getting sick. I don't think I had COVID, but I ended up getting sick. I never tested for COVID. So I think about 2 weeks, and then I would be off, and there was a few times of having brief little moments with it. I wouldn't even take it for a week at a time. I would take it 1 or 2 days here or there. But it was definitely, I think March of 2021 was when I put it down until my one tiny little dose in November of last year. So I feel like I'm almost at 2 years without really taking it. But one solid year in a month, it'll be one solid year without it. And I feel like I've defeated it. Why do I still have the bag? Because that's how I quit everything. When I quit smoking, because I had regular cigarettes and I did the e-cig thing for a while, the vape or whatever. I did that for years. I would be on and off between the two. I had them both right next to me. And I think for a solid year of being right next to me, within my reach, and if I didn't give into it being right there to tempt me, I knew I conquered it. So that's just how I roll. I don't throw it away and totally get it out of my life when I want to defeat an addiction. It's right there, and I say no to it. I have to make the decision every single day to say no with it right there in my grasp. But I think I'm ready to throw it away. Like I said, it's 2 years old now. And I don't need it. The fact that I didn't even go to it, I didn't even consider it. I gave it no thought, injuring myself in September. I feel like I've conquered this one, and I'm proud of myself. I'm happy. So yay. I just felt like I needed to get on here and talk about that. My journey with the substance. Are there other things I need to let go of? Yes. Yes, but you can't let it all go all at once. One step at a time. For anybody that feels like they're battling a lot of demons, one demon at a time. Don't try to conquer the world all in one go. So this one I finally beat. I'm really glad. I have. Again, pain pills is another one I've beat. I haven't had a pain pill since my surgery, and that was taken for, I wasn't sitting through the pain for that one. That was really bad. That was way worse than just some injuries. So there's a time and a place for pain pills. You have a surgery, think you kind of need to take it. But make sure you're taking it for the pain, not for mental, psychological, emotional reasons. So I feel like I've conquered the pain pills, and I've conquered the kratom. Now food. Oh, and I conquered smoking a long time ago. And that took a lot of years too. I started trying to quit smoking in 2009, and it was my last it was July, and that was vape. In July of 2016 was my last with that. But my last actual cigarette was February of 2016. So I've made it beyond 6 years without a cigarette or an e-cig or vape or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, 3 demons battled. If I can do it, you can too. It takes time, patience, practice, dedication, love. Be kind to yourself when you fail, because you're probably not going to make it in your first go. If you do, big giant gold star, you're awesome. But it'll probably take several attempts. Just know you can do it. Go back, start again. Give yourself love. Don't beat yourself up. No, it is a part of the process. And you will get there. You will get there. But I guess I'm going to leave that there and throw this away. I hope you're all doing great, having a great week, and I'll see you on the next video. I love you guys. Take care.